welcome back to I Can't Eat Shit podcast. I'm your host, actress, comedian Shondalia White. And yeah, people, I can't eat shit, and of course, the shit is annoying. Am I a doctor? You know I'm not a doctor. I'm just a woman when you take her out to eat, she can't eat anything on the menu 90% of the time. So if you're like me and you can't eat shit, this podcast is for you. If you're getting a little bit older and your gut is like, I almost can't eat shit either, this podcast is for you too. And if you're just interested in me and my health and wellness journey, want to be a little bit nosy and supportive, I love it. Come on in. This podcast is for you too, so stay tuned. I started I Can't Eat Shit podcast because I was secretly ill for many years. People were asking me a lot of questions about it, and now I'm healed and I'm ready to talk about it. This episode is about surviving the holidays with restrictions and restricted people. So let's get into it. Some of my fondest memories of the holidays are learning how to cook with my mom and just cooking with my mom because my girl can cook. My mom can cook real good. So I always really enjoyed that time of year. And my auntie teaching me how to make sweet potato souffle and her passing the torch to me when I was younger because I was so good at it. I became the one that everyone went to when they wanted sweet potato souffle over the holidays. So unfortunately, it's been about, probably about 8 years since I've had one of my favorite desserts, sweet potato souffle. And I know what you all are thinking. You can't even eat that shit anyway. Okay, so yeah, there was a time when my body started rejecting sweet potatoes and sugar, and that's pretty much the whole dish. That's the whole thing. And right now, I'm really pretty much on like a no sugar or low sugar diet. So my blood sugar levels will be spiking like crazy, and I just can't do it right now. But I am in the process of seeing if I can actually eat sweet potatoes again because I have been able to eat regular potatoes a little bit, just I can't overdo it. And I'm wondering if I can sneak in some sweet potatoes because I love them so much. And honestly, I actually started replacing sweet potatoes with butternut squash. But I don't think I want a butternut squash souffle. I don't know about that. That's going too far. So we'll just see. But maybe one day I'll be able to make one and figure out how to make it low sugar and everything. But the holidays can be really tough, especially for people that have restrictions and especially for family members and friends that got to deal with us. It is so complicated and it becomes actually very emotional. So I decided to make a quick little play-by-play, little guide for you all to help you as we navigate the holiday season, and hopefully it'll help you out. As fun and joyful as the holidays may be, we all know, we all get sick of the shits. And if it's not because our family is deciding to use this time to go crazy and really crank it up, it's because you're dealing with someone with restrictions or you have restrictions and there's nothing there for you to eat. So I'm going to give you a few tips from both sides of the coin to help you navigate all of this and maybe have a more harmonious holiday. Okay, so we're starting with people who are dealing with people with restrictions. Number 1, be patient. If we tell you we can't eat your food, it's nothing personal, okay? We just don't want to deal with what's going to happen afterwards. All the inflammation that we might be dealing with for another month. We don't want to deal with that, but it looks great. You did a great job. We just don't want to deal with the aftermath. That's what's going on. So please be patient with us. I know you use organic ingredients. I know. It looks fresh. But even though that's organic bell peppers, I can't eat bell peppers. No, I can't eat them. So please be patient with us. The second thing is, after we've told you we can't eat something, do not try to convince us to eat your delicious food. Over and over again, it will cause a lot of emotions. We are dealing with this on a daily basis, baby. We know what we can eat. We know what we can't eat. So there's no need to go into these unnecessary debates about if I can't eat your food, okay? What you could do is go ahead and give me a call. This is what people with restrictions will need. If you really want to feed us, give us a call in advance. Ask us where you can buy the stuff or what you can do so that you can have food there prepared that we can eat. That's something that you can do. Prepare some dishes for us but consult with us, and that will make it much easier. But please do not force us to try to eat your food. We can't eat it, okay? It's delicious, but we can't eat it. All right, third thing. The holidays are not the time for us to give you a play-by-play playbook on what we can't eat, why we can't eat it, when it start. No, the holidays are not time for that. We trying to relax, enjoy ourselves, get to know what you've been up to, all those kind of things. If someone with restrictions mentions something like that, then great, and they want to talk about it, that's a whole other thing. But please, do not turn this time into all the things that's wrong with you. Now it's creating a weird dynamic and energy, and then it starts with the whole thing of like all these unwanted statements like, oh my God, I would just die if I couldn't eat cheese. Oh my God, I would die if I couldn't eat bread. Yeah, me too. If I ate bread, that's exactly what's going to happen. So save it, keep it to yourself, and just remember, it's not the time for that. As much as you feel it in your soul to start, it's not the time. All right, and the last thing is, if we pass on coming over all together, it's us. It ain't you. It's me. It's not you, baby. Because it's so much easier sometimes to just stay your ass at home instead of going to somebody's house and going through all of this stuff. Sometimes it's just you don't feel like dealing with it. So if we decide to stay home, again, remember, it's not personal. It really is just easier and less stressful for us. Okay, so this is for the people who do have restrictions. First thing, cook your own food. Cook! You gotta cook when you have restrictions. You don't have a choice. If you're not a good cook, find somebody that can cook and can help you cook your own food to bring to somebody else's house. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have to cook. You're gonna have to bring your own stuff or have a restaurant on lock that definitely caters to all your restrictions or something. It's the easiest thing to do. What I tend to do is bring it in a to-go container, and I will bring just enough for me. Yes, I'm that person. I travel with food in that way. I think if you've heard in other episodes, I'm sure I mentioned it, but I will do that just for the ease of it. If you're deciding to go to someone else's house, do not expect them to just cater to you. A lot of people won't do that because a lot of people already don't want to deal with people with restrictions, to be honest. Restaurants don't even want to deal with people with restrictions. There's so much that comes with it, right? So keep that in mind. Prepare your own food. Bring it with you if you're deciding to go, because it's just a nuisance for people, and most people get irritated and mad and stuff like that. I don't know why, but they do. So make it easier on yourself and cook. The second thing is to bring something maybe that other people can eat as well. One of the things I tend to do, because most people don't have a salad that I can eat, as much as I talk about salad, people always want to give you salad when you got restrictions. Most of the time they have a salad I can't eat. And I will make a really good hearty salad, because most people also don't have salads. If they do, it has like cheese and like other stuff in it that I can't eat. But I'll make a salad, and then that's something everybody can share. And believe me, it's always gone by the end of the night, because who don't want a salad as a side dish with a bunch of meat, right? So create some sort of dish that maybe other people can try, and then they'll see like, oh, maybe it's not as bad to have restrictions. It's not too hard to create something delicious. Not always bad. Okay. The next thing is choose a holiday. I have gotten to the point where I would just choose a holiday to deal with people, because it's just easier. It's less stress. I'm less of a burden to other people, and I can enjoy my holiday instead of me explaining so much and being uncomfortable the entire time. So I tend to choose Christmas. And the reason for that is because most people don't eat on Christmas Day. They'll have the gatherings around Christmas, so before or after sometime. So it's much easier. Than I can make my own Christmas dinner and have everything I want, but I can also pick other days to be social and just eat before I go, or come and then leave so I can go eat. Much easier, considerate, it makes life so much easier for yourself. So pick a holiday. And the last thing I would say for people with restrictions is learn how to cook for restrictions. It's the whole reason I created There's Another Way to Do That, where I teach people how to modify recipes based on my restrictions. It's my cooking segment. It's part of my podcast, and I did it because I needed creative ways and delicious ways to eat something as someone with restrictions. It can be very tough and it's very frustrating, and it can be very, very emotional. So the more that you learn, the better you'll be. Teach yourself so you can treat yourself, okay? So if you're one of those people that has restrictions and you are very, very restricted, which I understand because I've been there, and you only can eat boiled white rice right now, figure out some herb that you can add to it. Maybe some rosemary, maybe some oregano, maybe something else that's not so coarse and hard on your stomach. But maybe ask your doctor or someone what you can do to maybe spice it up and make it more fun to you to eat, for you to eat, so you feel special. And the same thing if you're eating boiled chicken or broths or something like that. See if there's a way you can add some herbs to it. I found that adding herbs to things makes you feel like you're eating more like fun food, and it really can bring a little more like happiness to your life in a situation like this during the holidays. So teach yourself so you can treat yourself. And good luck. This segment is called There's Another Way to Do That, where I teach you how to modify recipes based on my restrictions. So it's the holidays, people, and I'm not in the mood for turkey. So what I did was think about my mom and how she made like 1 trillion different meats on the holidays. And one thing she made really good was Cornish hens. And so I decided to make an apple, ginger, and thyme Cornish hen. Ooh, honey, it turned out so good. The marinade was just so delicious. I'm so proud of myself. I did a pat on my back because this is the first time I ever made this, and it turned out delicious. I love Cornish hens because to me, they remind me of like a cross between like chicken and turkey. It's like right in the middle. It's nice and flavorful, but easy to cook. But it also has like that soft, very tender meat. Oh, and you just have to try this recipe. Check it out. I'll link you in the description below. And just remember, all of my recipes are gluten-free, dairy-free. They're not spicy, but they're real seasoned, okay? And I put egg in my stuff every blue moon, but not in this one. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Taking care of yourself during the holidays is really a form of self-care. And that's my biggest message. It's just to take care of yourself first and then socialize. They'll be there. Honestly, there's a lot of ups and downs, good and bad, during the holiday season. So the more considerate and patient and just love we can share during the holidays, the better. It'll help everybody just get through this thing and coexist, right? Take care of your body so it can take care of you, or you're going to be dealing with a lot of shit. This has been I Can't Eat Shit Podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening all season long. I really, truly appreciate you all. If you like what you saw and or heard today, go ahead and like, share, subscribe I Can't Eat Shit Podcast on YouTube or wherever you stream your podcast. If you watch me, there's the bonus material. There's Another Way to Do That, my cooking segment where I teach you how to modify recipes based on my restrictions. They're oh so good, so make sure you check them out. You can also catch me on Instagram at I Can't Eat Shit Podcast or at Shondalia White. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. I Can't Eat Shit! I Can't Eat Shit Podcast is not a replacement for a medical professional. If you need help, seek out a trained medical professional, nutritionist, or therapist to help you with your specific needs.